Our next talk is by Ahmer Naqvi, who is a social activist. Unfortunately, he could not be here today, so he has sent a video presentation of himself.
Hello everyone, this is the voice of Ahmer Naqvi. The rest of me is very sorry that I couldn't be here. Today I want to talk about why culture matters. In our society, where our aspirations revolve around becoming a doctor, an engineer, an MBA, or most importantly, a foreign national, culture is often ignored and even treated with hostility. Whenever we do look to value culture, we do it by giving a functional value as a means of bringing peace or gaining international recognition. While both these examples are important facets of culture, there are other reasons why culture matters. I wanted to share two examples of how cultural products or events have challenged the status quo in Pakistani society. Let's start with two musicians, Abid Brohi and Danyal aka Slipknot Dana. Both of these rappers were recently featured in the Patari Tabir series. Earlier this year, they were both invited to Lahore to perform at a festival. When they visited the city, they went to see the sights and sounds. However, they were repeatedly stopped by the police, who questioned their nationality and demanded to see their ID cards. The reason both these young men were continuously harassed was because they don't look Pakistani. There are many answers to the question, what does a Pakistani look like? But unfortunately, we often reduce that to a very narrow definition. Both these musicians are descended from the Shidis of the Makran coast, a Balochi-speaking people of African descent brought over to this area during the medieval slave trade. Because of the marginalization of their community, the Shidis are rarely seen in the mainstream, and so we forget or are unaware that they are also Pakistanis. But this is where culture comes in. By releasing hit songs, Danyal and especially Abid were catapulted into the national consciousness. Their music forced people to realize that Pakistanis are a diverse nation and there are entire communities that the mainstream is ignorant of. This ability of culture to change opinions is very interesting. Take the example of the Peshawar Panthers. The unfortunately offensive stereotype of Pashtuns in Pakistani society has been of impulsive simpletons or violent fundamentalists. However, the Peshawar Panther side, which has won multiple domestic trophies over the past few years, has subverted that reductive stereotype. Their visionary coach, Abdur Rahman, was quoted as saying, "I keep telling my boys, ये सब तुम्हें बेवकूफ़ पठान समझते रहेंगे और तुम इन्हें प्लानिंग से हराते रहना." Indeed, the Peshawar Panthers team was renowned for both its tactics as well as its analytical approach towards getting the best out of its players with limited talent. To give one example, the Panthers preferred chasing targets, a long-time bogeyman for Pakistani sides. What the Peshawar Panthers did was make us reconsider how we view Pashtuns and help some of us rid ourselves of horrible racist stereotypes. Because culture appeals to emotions, it often bypasses our prejudices and biases. You might resist a debate, but you would find it harder to resist moving to a catchy song or cheering a big six.
Oh my God, massive!
And that feeling can become a path to learning more or thinking differently. Which is why culture doesn't just matter, but it is one of the most powerful forces in our society. Thank you.